Imagine waking up exactly 10 years from today. You open your eyes, look around, and realize that almost nothing has changed. You are dealing with the exact same financial stress, leaning on the exact same excuses, and looking at the exact same dreams, just sitting on a shelf collecting dust. Now imagine the sheer weight of realizing that life didn't do this to you, you did it to yourself. That's exactly where millions of people find themselves right now. And it's not because they are stupid or lack talent or got cursed with a lifetime of bad luck. It's because they have fallen into a quiet, invincible pattern that keeps them trapped, slowly stealing their potential one ordinary day at a time. The famous Les Brown would say, most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit. The truth we have to face is that poverty isn't just about the numbers in a bank account. Real poverty starts in the mind long before it ever shows up on a balance sheet. Today, we're going to break down the real reasons why most people stay stuck their whole lives. Some of these might be a little uncomfortable to hear, but honestly, it might also be the exact thing that changes your future. So, I recommend you watch this video to the end and then take action, because it's actually action that gives you the result you want, not just watching YouTube videos. Now let's begin. 1. They trade their dreams for security. Think about when we were kids. We dreamt without any filters. We wanted to build things, create things, lead and explore. But then something happens as we grow up. Bit by bit, society starts training us to play it safe. We are told, don't take risk, don't stick your neck out, don't fail. So instead of asking ourselves, what do I actually want out of this life? We start asking, what is the safest option here? And that right there is the graveyard of human potential, the safest option. Real growth only lives on the other side of uncertainty. The people who actually break out and change their lives aren't fearless. They are just willing to move forward even when they are terrified. As Les Brown would say, too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. And he is right. Just think about the math on that. How many incredible opportunities have people walked away from just because they were waiting to feel ready? How many businesses never got launched? How many books never got written? And how much raw talent got buried in the backyard? Not because people couldn't do it, but because they let fear make the decision for them. And trust me, fear is the most expensive thing you will ever own. It has ruined far more futures than failure ever will. So I advise you, my friend, sell away your fear if you have it in your possession. Sell it away. And of course, in this video, I will show you how to sell away your fears so you can go ahead and break out. 2. They become addicted to comfort. The danger with comfort is that it feels good. Nobody ruins their life overnight. It's a slow, comfortable drift. One comfortable day turns into a comfortable year, which turns into a comfortable decade, and then suddenly you wake up wondering where the hell your life went. Success is inherently uncomfortable. Learning a new skill is frustrating. Growth hurts. Change is disruptive. But we forget that staying exactly where you are has a massive price tag too. And of course, the price is so heavy that a lot of us regret not even taking action. Eventually, the pain of staying stuck becomes way worse than the pain of stretching yourself. The saddest part about this, most people already know exactly what they need to do. Yes, they do. They know they should be learning that skill, starting that project, managing their money, or reading more. But comfort is always there, whispering in your ear, just do it tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And life just passes you by. Again, Les Brown would say and remind us always, You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. The people who win in this world aren't always the smartest or the most qualified. They are just the ones who refuse to wait for a green light that never shows up. 3. They underestimate the power of their environment. Take a second and really look at your inner circle. What I mean by environment, I am not talking about where you live, but I'm talking about your inner circle, your friends, those you associate with. Who are you spending the bulk of your time with? What are they talking about? What do they actually believe is possible? Whether you want to admit it or not, your environment is acting like a preview for your future. If the people around you spend all day complaining, eventually you are going to start complaining. If they constantly dodge responsibility, eventually you will start dodging responsibility too. If they believe that success is a rigged game for everyone else, of course, you know what that means? Eventually, that becomes your reality. You cannot expect to build a different life while clinging to the exact same environment that kept you stuck in the first place. That's like planting a healthy seed in a toxic soil and wondering why it won't grow. Sometimes, your biggest bottleneck isn't your talent, it's your circle. It's the low-level conversation, the lazy habits, and the small expectations. Les Brown put it more bluntly: if you are the only smart person in your group, you need a new group. If you want to grow, you need exposure. You have to force yourself around bigger ideas, bigger thinkers, and bigger possibilities, because your vision can only expand as far as your environment allows you. Again, by environment, I am not directly talking about where you live, but I'm talking about the friends you associate with, the people you spend bulk of your time with. 4. They wait for motivation instead of building discipline. This is one of the ultimate traps. Most people are just waiting around to feel motivated. They have this illusion that successful people wake up every single morning on fire, inspired, and ready to conquer the world. They don't know. Nobody feels motivated all the time. The difference isn't how they feel, it's their discipline. Motivation says, I will do this when I am in the mood. Discipline says, I am doing this whether I feel like it or not. This is the exact line where lives split. Success isn't built in these grand, dramatic moments. It's built in the unglamorous, ordinary days. It's built in the hard, ordinary days when you decide to make decisions that are uncomfortable. It's built on the days when nobody is watching you, the days when you are exhausted, the days when everything inside you wants to hit snooze. Every successful person eventually learns that feelings are unreliable, but commitment is a superpower. If your progress depends on your emotion, you will always be inconsistent. But when your action depends on your standards, everything shifts. So my friend, I ask you this day, set a standard for yourself and force yourself to stick to that standard even if it feels uncomfortable at the moment. 5. They never invest in themselves. Here is a hard pill to swallow, my friend. A lot of people will happily spend thousands of dollars and hours of their lives investing in entertainment, but absolutely nothing investing in themselves. Think about the hours spent scrolling, watching other people live their life on social media and even here on YouTube. I mean, a lot of us spend time watching movies, Netflix, and a whole lot of things. But at the same time, most people don't even spend that time watching things that's going to change your life, like what you're doing right now. So I must commend you for spending that time here. The greatest asset you will ever own is the one between your ears. Your skills, your mindset, your knowledge, your ability to communicate and solve real world problems, that's your true currency. Nobody can downsize that. Nobody can inflate it away. Markets can crash, jobs can disappear, but what you become stays with you. As Les Brown noted, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Every single book you read, every skill you lock down, every hard lesson you internalize add to your future earning power. People who stay stuck usually view self-education as an annoying expense. People who succeed view it as a mandatory investment. That single shift in perspective changes everything. So, my friend, I ask you, are you investing in your future? Are you investing in yourself, in knowledge? It's important to do so. 6, they don't believe they deserve more. Now, let's talk about the underlying issue that no one wants to bring up. Deep down, a lot of people have quietly accepted a set of limitations they never actually chose. Maybe they were told growing up that they weren't smart enough, or talented enough, or from the right background, and over time, those outside opinions became an internal belief system. The real tragedy isn't that other people doubted them, the tragedy is that they started agreeing with them. Your actions will always align with your identity. If you genuinely believe you are destined to struggle, you will subconsciously behave like someone who is supposed to struggle. If you think success is reserved for a special class of people, you will literally sabotage your own opportunities when they come along. Your life will always rise or fall to match the story you tell yourself, the internal story you tell yourself. That's why Les Brown's most famous advice hits so hard. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land among the stars. The moment you decide to upgrade your self-image, you naturally upgrade your standards. And when your standards go up, your daily actions have no choice but to follow suit. In conclusion, my friends, why do most people actually stay poor? It's not a lack of potential. It's because they chose security over dreams, comfort over growth, excuses over responsibility, and fleeting motivation over deep discipline. They spend their time consuming instead of investing in whom they are. And worst of all, they stop believing they are worth more. But the good news is that none of these patterns are permanent feature of who you are. They are just habits, and habits can be broken. Starting today, it doesn't take a massive life overhaul. It takes one real decision, one new habit, one courageous move. Because the future isn't detected by where you are standing right now, it's detected by the direction you choose to step next. I will leave you with one last thought from Les Brown. Life has no limitation except the ones you make. So the real question isn't whether your life can change. The question is, will you let it? Alright, if this hit home for you, don't just nod your head and move on to the next video. Do something with it. Because 10 years from now, you are either going to be incredibly grateful you started today or deeply wishing you had. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on notification,